All right, welcome to Silver Slander. Sorry, I forgot the name of the show for a sec. My camera isn't working, so we gotta see Winston in shock, cause yeah, that's how it goes. We have Pheviewonder,
Hello, hello.
we have Khiyo,
Hola.
and we have special guest mhmyea of the Galactic Gibbons, part of the Gibbons cast once again, return.
Hi.
Ah,
All right. Before we get started, we had event week last week. We reached the goal for my thing, and that is my wonderful amount of lettuce right here. Right here, right a little bit. I'm gonna be eating this raw throughout the entire cast. See how much I can get through.
yeah, yeah, and you'll just see him subtly chewing on it, which it's gonna be pretty funny. Not even gonna lie. Um, we're here. Event week happened last week. Lots of money got raised for a good cause. I don't know how much we raised exactly. Was it posted somewhere? I forgot.
I think it was an imperial fuck ton.
Yeah, that's you love to see it as per usual, right? We donate for a good cause. I didn't do much research on the charity we donated to, but a good charity if Trank picked it, you know. All right, we're gonna go back to before event week to the games. What were some big ones that people saw, people did not expect to happen? You know, what are
Yeah.
those?
I think the biggest game was Gibbons in Space Created. I think that was like the most hype one because it was the game to see who got to April.
Yeah,
I will say that game was very close.
yeah, that
It
game
was
is
very
pretty
hype.
tight. Yeah,
Watching that game was very hype. It was very back and forth.
Yeah.
It was
I
cool,
think
too. It was a banger.
yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of the time it was like a lot of reliance on each other for like Gibbons side, and I feel like Space Gray just played like really well as a team and played around Ringer's strengths and stuff, and it really helped them out.
It just came down to which team had the most pop off moments. Like that was like cause like just whoever popped off harder that map, that's who won the map.
Mhm.
It was so close that like team play was about even. And it's just which person decided they were gonna have some individual pop off moment.
Yeah. Like I felt like on Iconwad, I felt like I was doing like God's work, and it still went down to like a two teams capped the points, and like it went down like to an overtime fight for like first point for like a draw,
Yeah.
and they like held
Yeah.
it down for 99% of the time. And it was like, I don't know,
Classic
it was a little
Overwatch.
scary.
There was a lot of clean play. I think Antarctica was, map 5. Obviously, it was the most impactful map. I feel like if one or two things went differently, you'd be seeing a different winner come out there. Gibbons were on a comp we really didn't play well going into the second map. And then we swapped when we had like 90% for space created. And if we had swapped earlier, we probably would have won it because we ended up going up to, I think, pretty much overtime just off that one time. And then, it would be map 3, and then it would be entirely different. No idea what would have happened at that point.
yeah. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, that was one of the big ones that everyone was looking forward to. I would say. We also did predict that the previous week, I believe. Yeah, the week before, week 5. Another one that we did talk about, I believe, was Ragnarok Thor and Alternate Inferno. 3-2 for Rag Thor. I kind of find that interesting though. It's very like I didn't watch the games, I didn't get to, but like based off the match sheet, it seems like very tight. Except for the last match, Oasis, it was just a 2-0. For everything else,
Mhm.
it's just back and forth. It looks like.
Yeah, I was about to point that out.
Yeah.
I didn't have time to watch it, but I think Rag Thor is gonna be like either a contender or they'll probably be just kind of playing for that like gatekeeper spot.
Yeah, I feel like
Well,
Yeah.
yeah,
and
yeah. Go
so
ahead.
with that game, it's Alternate Inferno is still. I think they're still trialing or they're still subbing in their main support
Aw.
thing because they did lose their main support earlier, so they've been kind of like playing with different people for every week for that, and so they
Yeah.
did play with a sub and brought it to 5 there. So could have been different if they would have either had their main support or had like already signed one and wasn't playing with like a ringer.
Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
When I
Yeah,
was
they've been
Yeah,
playing
I
with
just
Ringer for a
noticed
few
that.
weeks now. They've been playing with Ringer for a little bit now.
no Ringers on Space created,
Yeah.
but they are looking for a fifth creator.
Boo.
Ringer,
when I was
Ringer on
watching,
Space created. Hey, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, that guy is
Opening up the
a
map, it was on Ruins. His Widow on Ruins. Wow,
oh my gosh,
that was
so-
terrifying.
Please don't.
Terrifying.
PTSD.
Dude
No.
Oh my
sat on. He sat on that rock over point, and it didn't matter how close you got to him. He did not move, and he would just scope
Yeah,
in,
I'm
and it
not
was
gonna lie
headshot,
with you.
headshot, headshot.
I would kill him like 1 or 2 times, but I feel like that was like the most hopeless I've ever felt in my life.
It's just one of those games where it's like, there's
monster,
nothing you're
whatever,
gonna
it's a
do.
Widow map.
yeah. It
Yeah,
also
it's-
it
I
also
feel like
goes
the whole
back.
entire-
It also goes back to like the whole thing where like head scans are like generally oppressive. Like they don't need any resources. They can just be oppressive however they feel like. Especially on
Yep.
Widowmaker, even though she's nerfed, it doesn't matter.
Nope, because it's like
I
if
must
you're
say
hitting
though-
head, it doesn't matter what the nerf was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I must say though, the Sky versus Ringer Circuit Royale was bonkers.
Oh my
I'm not
god.
gonna lie, man. The Hanzo was kind of going crazy.
Hey,
I'm not gonna be. I'm not gonna lie. That.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, just
That was
off
crazy.
that
That was
game,
one of the
yeah.
craziest. That was one of the
shoot down a
craziest.
choke.
That was one of the craziest
Going,
Hanzo games I've seen in a while.
I think
Yeah.
those 2 maps, I just felt like I was completely just in the zone. But
I like
Yeah.
how we went
Going
from
back
talking.
to the,
Wait, we're talking
Yeah,
about
let's-
Reg
let's go back.
Thor.
Anyways,
We're talking Reg
anyways.
Thor,
I
and we
do have
went back
something
to
I
the
want
other
to say
game. Yeah, but
I
Alternate
do-
Inferno with a ringer. That's interesting that they pushed it that close. So that like I like initially just looking at the sheet without the knowledge of like the ringer like having been there consistently or like them having a ringer regularly. Like looking at the sheet, I was like Thor is like really strong. But the fact that they went close with Alternate Inferno
With a
with
ringer?
4 people
Yeah.
and a ringer, out of
That
like a
was-
full rosters.
Do they
And
that
do
was
they have a
actually
new
insanely
support?
close.
I don't
Or-
know.
I don't think they have one yet.
Yeah, I don't think they have.
When I
an
was
if
watching some of their
Is
maps,
Strategic
biggest
Flames on
thing-
their roster? Because it says in the roster thing from the 27 that they added somebody. So they might have a new one.
maybe. But I think the thing that I noticed when I was watching them play is they lacked that kind of tempo control. And if you have a main support that you've played with that knows how the team wants to play, that is how you
Mhm.
control tempo.
Yep.
Mhm.
Like having a Lucio that that knows how the team wants to play and like when they go in without needing a lot of communication, that would have been so huge for a lot of these maps. I'm looking through it, like they lost Coliseo. If they had, a main support that they practiced a lot with, that could go very differently. Oasis, similar stuff for like half of those maps. Yeah. Not to crap on the ringer that they did have, because even just getting to that point, pretty insane.
Yeah, I mean the fact
That's-
of the matter is, even with 4 players, they still want to play in this tournament, so they're like doing their best to make sure they have enough to play.
Yeah. I do have info now. I'm looking at the roster sheets of they do have a support
Yeah,
now.
they probably added them
Yeah.
during event week, so we
Yeah,
haven't
they added
we
them
haven't
during
seen
event
anything
week.
of them. So we'll
That's
see.
good.
We'll see stuff this Thursday, hopefully.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how they do.
Yeah.
Also, a big one that kind of like is gonna show going into next pool is Karma and Spirits 1-5, which reinforces my point that I think Karma is a really good team that just got put into a really, really tough pool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they
Yeah.
did get put into like Louisiana Lobsters, Gibbon, Space Created. Those 3 teams I feel like are like probably contenders. And then you have Karma that I think how many games did they win?
They didn't win a
One,
single
or-
one. No, they didn't win a
They didn't
game.
win any,
Okay,
but
I thought they
they
so
were
yeah,
close
they
to winning
lost.
Spirits, and
Yeah,
they
they lost
almost
a game of
beat
Spirits.
Revelation.
Like I feel like that those 2 teams are teams that will be good. It's just they got put into they pretty much
They
just
got put into the
conditioned
group
in
of
a
death.
harder
Like that, I
tier.
think we did establish this early on too. That they kind of just
Yeah.
got screwed over with the pooling. It's not like anybody's fault. It can't be, but they just got unlucky with who they got put in with, and they just kind of got put in with like these really strong titans of teams, and now
I
they're
do
just kind of
think-
stuck.
What's it called? Based off that though, I feel like them getting put into the quote unquote like a tier of death. I think those 2 teams will be able to like try to push through their pools because I feel like they will actually be like better than most or like up to par just from like going through that pool.
Yeah. Is there anything else? Any other big game that we want to like talk about that could affect this week?
Let me look at this real quick.
It didn't really look like other ones kind of were like runaways for the most part, other than
3-2 aces.
Aces in the
Hmm.
I'm
mirror.
actually really,
Oh, wow.
surprised by that when I saw that, because the aces to me is the definition of the sum is greater, or the sum is greater, or like the group is greater than the sum of its parts, whoever had that works. Because I thought Omer was a really good team, and they were missing a player, I believe.
Yeah, Spaffles.
Baffles is like actually like pretty solid.
And I'm pretty
Uh,
sure that was the Aces' only win against like anybody, because I think Wasteland Blighted was a forfeit for them, so that was like the only team they played and actually
It
beat. So
was.
that's a good thing to
Yeah.
have right before going to stage to get you a win.
What games did Omura win?
Omura,
Or how many have they won?
That Omura won
Omura
2
won
games
2, I
before that.
think.
Yeah, they were 2
Yeah,
and
Ormo's
3.
2-3 right now.
Yeah, they were the same
That's
as
not
they
like a
tied
that's
with
not a bad
Aces.
win.
Yeah, no, they
Yeah,
tied with
Omura-
Aces.
But
There's
they
just
had a
map
better
pool
map
difference.
differential, yeah.
Yeah.
Lucky Shots
Yeah.
also had the same map differential as Omro though, so
Yeah, I
but they
think
just had
Omura
Go ahead, go ahead.
Omura beat Wasteland Blighted before like it was a
Yeah,
forfeit.
they
and then
did
the game
too
to
before
3-0.
Wasteland, because Wasteland dropped out what, second or third week.
Yeah, but then also Omura just straight up 3-0'd Los Rancheros, which is like the second team in that pool.
That pool was kind of like even outside of Clairvoyant.
Yeah, it was a really even outside of Clairvoyance, just straight up butt smacking everyone. Just sent everyone into timeout there. But I'm pretty hyped on Omura. You know, Pancake hasn't been playing as much Mercy as I know that they used to, which
Yeah,
they're one of the
very
best Mercy
shocked.
in the pool, which
Mercy jail.
I know isn't saying much because not many people like playing Mercy, but they're just like going everywhere and just completely unkillable half the time.
Yeah, I noticed that when I watched them. I was like, they play Mercy with every comp, and I was like very surprised with that. I didn't realize it.
Mercy merchant.
The greatest thing is that like Pancake is also like their Mercy is also really good at Ayari too. Like they played that I think like week 4 or something, and was
Mhm.
honestly pretty clean. Yeah.
Yeah. I think these are the big ones to look out for into this upcoming week. We will get into games that we actually want to check out later on, but now it's our rankings time. Yippee!
Let's go.
Yahoo!
Scuff as. Got a little power ranking thing up. We will go top 8 of each role. We can put like teams top like 8 teams on the side. Is it visible? Yeah, I'll move it over, but we'll start with top 8 of each individual role here. We'll do it collectively. Thoughts?
Okay, so it's roll pretty much roll power rankings, right?
Yeah. Roll power rankings.
Okay.
So do we want to go from bottom to top or top to bottom? How are we thinking?
I think we should just go from. I feel like you have to just go from top to bottom, and then just kind of fill in the parts if we run into anything.
Okay, yeah. So number 1, what are we thinking here?
Let me see.
You got a few options. I know I did a massive tier list. I'm planning on doing it every week. I'm sure a bunch of you guys saw that. A bunch of teams looked at it. Some of them were sad that I put them low. Some of them were like, "Why did you put me this high? You're dumb."
Based.
But I think like there's a pretty clear like top 8 or 9, I'd say.
Let me see. I think I'm not gonna lie with you.
What
I
role are we
think
doing?
Tank
from
first.
the ones that I've
Yeah.
seen of Punk, I think both Despy King from Louisiana Lobsters and Dolphin/Noodle are like super good. From what I've seen from Dolphin, that guy is kind of the goat. I think
Tank
who
is one of the
else?
more tough ones because there's a lot of close options.
It is really. I
I'd
think
say. Huh.
I got
Enuge
unbiased.
was also really good.
I have Vespi in my number one.
I wonder why.
of course
Huh.
you do. Me too.
I
Oh,
wonder.
Unbiased, like genuinely, I just think that he's like the someone of the league. Like he literally, I feel like he can play every tank at a very competitive level.
I also think he has like the he has like the resume too.
Right.
I feel like I feel like Vespi King is probably my number one as well. And then I'd probably go between like Punk Tanks. I think Churd is pretty good. I think
Nevermore from
So Vespi one. Let's
good
establish that.
debut on from
Yes.
Vespi one.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Number two.
Yeah, we can put Vespi.
Yeah, never. So we had what? Nevermore in the talks. Dolphin, Churd. Who else at the top?
I think you could maybe say Gibbons, but I'm not gonna push it.
No, I
feel like Gibbons tank line would be in like the
I'd say
I'd
like
say
5, 6.
really top 5.
Yeah,
they're like
maybe.
5 or 6.
I have Dolphin as my two. Like Dolphin.
Dolphin
I
middle?
think yeah.
I
Do we
have
agree
Nevermore.
on Gibbons fifth though? Gibbons fifth. Denji
I think
say,
5 or
like,
4.
Gibbons. I have 4.
think
I have 4
4?
for the
I'd
Gibbons
say
tank
5
line.
or
Yeah, I
4.
have 4 for the Gibbons tank line.
Okay, 4 or 5.
Yeah.
What are odds here?
I'll take 4.
I say 4.
I'm pretty okay with Noodle here, or Noodle
Yeah.
and Dolphin.
I mean,
Yeah, I have Noodle and Dolphin as my
Noodle
second.
second? Noodle Dolphin second? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just need to. I think we just need to put them as like a group as well. Like, I don't think we need to put it for multiple.
Yeah.
I think,
3
what do we want
Churd,
for
no?
three?
Churd
I
or
don't know.
Inuj? I feel like
I'd say Anuj over Churd.
Yeah. Like I feel like even though like Ringer is on that roster, I feel like the tank is like these pivot points that they have to play with. It's like yeah, they can pivot play around Ringer, but if you don't have a tank that you can like use as like a stable base, you kind of just lose. It just falls apart.
Yeah,
you need that
because
foundation.
Ringer can't get that like value if he doesn't have the space.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Enuge is the pushing power. He is pushing P.
Inuj is
Pushing P.
really
Pushing
good.
P.
So
And
do we want to put Churd or Gibbons tank line? Because I'm fine with either.
I was gonna say Churd than Gibbons tank line. I feel like. Or do you
I'm
want to go
okay
the other way
either
around?
way. I think they're really close to each other, honestly.
Yeah.
I feel like they're very even. I think Churd as a
Like, it's
singular
so hard
tank
to
is probably
say
better in
because-
combined of the two. So I'm fine with 5.
It's just so hard to say, I think, because you have Gibbons that were in like the group of death and they came out third in that group. But then you also have Geo, which, they didn't perform up to expectations, but they also didn't have, their like best player,
Yeah.
They didn't have the goat.
Okay, so
It
that's
is
hear me out.
top 5.
Now hear me out,
Mhm.
okay? Thorcrafts.
I was gonna put Nevermore 6.
I think
I would say Nevermore.
Yeah.
Nevermore
okay,
6.
I'd say then I would say that Thorcrafts or Nevermore Thorcrafts, and then I'm not gonna lie with you. I think I haven't seen much of the Los Ranchos tank or Poseidon's. So I think
Poseidon's Pinecone was really quiet. So he was like solid, but like I wouldn't say he's top 8, but he was like a stable like top 10, top 12-ish.
do we
So, like, he
agree
didn't really
on Nevermore Thorcraft or no? By the way,
I'm fine with it actually. I think yeah.
okay.
I'm fine with
I
that.
feel
yeah.
I feel like Thor he's played in Discord tier for like
He's played in Discord tier for a bit. I think like he has that like he's
Easy
solid. I think
He's
it's
fine.
like a bit of like
He ended that
team
fight, bro.
lacks.
What do you just do? That's the statement, right?
Okay. his team
I
his
hear
team
you.
lacks a bit of synergy, I feel like. Just a little bit. There's
Yeah.
just like a little mishap here and there, you know?
yeah.
Yeah.
Now for number 8. Anybody know anything
I
about
think-
Gentle Giant?
I was gonna ask about that too.
Gentle Giant.
I have Gentle Giant as my 8, unironically.
Okay.
I had him as
Now I do know that
did I?
Davion talks a good amount. Um,
And my gentle giant pick was because we've scrimmed him a couple times, and he
Ooh,
makes a
yeah, there's three
sizable
there.
impact every time.
okay. I
Okay.
would be willing to say Gentle Giant or No Way Around, but I feel like the hero pool that No Way Around it has is not the
As
greatest.
big, yeah.
I am.
Yeah.
You're already pushing it by allowing a single like Ryan one trick into this top 8. I'm not okay having two.
Who's the
I'm sorry.
Ryan one trick? Who's the other Ryan one
Thor.
trick?
Thorcraft.
He
Thorcraft
plays
has
ball.
He's a ball one
bro.
trick.
He's only been playing Ryan every single
Really?
map
Wait,
that
the
been playing with.
the haughty syndrome. That's
I think
Like,
we just put Gentle Giant
yeah. I was
because I
gonna
feel
say
like
gentle giant.
I feel like their record right now is like pretty good, and then
Yeah,
like
and it's like deserving at least like, if he
And then-
doesn't make
and
like
then
a
he has
noticeable
plus 3
impact
bucks.
outwards, I think he still deserves like a decent spot on the tier list because his team's performing well, and without a proper tank, you can't really do much. You know.
yeah.
So yeah, I'm fine with giving him 8. Okay, flex DPS, or do we want to do? Yeah, let's just go flex DPS. This is where
is
there's
where
a
shit gets
this is
like-
yeah no I think shit goes down and hits scan, but this is where like shit starts going down, you know. This is where the start
Kanye
of
number
it.
1. Kanye number 1.
Kanye number 1.
I have a number 2.
I was gonna say Sleepy G number
Who do you have
1.
number 1?
I'm not
No.
saying it.
No?
I'm
No,
not.
no.
I'm not
No.
talking
No,
on this because y'all
number.
know where I
Okay,
stand.
hold on. No, it should be bottom. This should be like a bum tier.
Okay, listen. Have spare my soul for one segment. But like honestly, I think Sleepy G is good. I do not think it's number 1.
Really? Okay.
I think
Maybe I'm
Kanye
just
is
like
better.
writing off the ringer run.
I
low-key.
have
feel like
5.
Ringer. I feel like
I have,
CPG is good.
CPG
I think
5.
CPG is
CPG
good.
5?
But
Okay.
I feel like it's a lot of Ringer.
Yeah. Okay. Let's
Yeah.
go number 1 first. Let's see.
I have for flex DPS number 1.
Now I'm gonna be quiet now.
I have Veneno from Phantom Wind because he is like the main carry that would just like solo clutch up so many fights was Veneno.
Yeah.
And they're like 5-0. So they're lossless, you know, they're on a hot streak.
What
If you
teams have
don't
they
put their-
played?
They've played Geo,
I feel like it doesn't matter,
Poseidon,
but
Redacted Mercury. And you know, say what you want about like Redacted Mercury and Team 24, but Poseidon has been looking solid so far. Geometric has been looking
Poseidon?
solid, even without Hanya. And if you don't put if you don't put their tank in like the top 8, then you have to say where else is all their like 5-0 coming from?
Yeah.
I think it's coming from that DPS line.
It
did
definitely.
Poseidon beat Geometric?
No, Geo is 4-1. They only lost to Phantom Wind.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was asking.
No, because Geometric second though.
Yeah.
What week was it? I'm just curious.
That was week 4. Phantom and Geo. Poseidon Geo was
The following week, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Oh,
It was
okay.
a
That was
3-1.
okay. That was the match where Monarch missed halfway through. I'm pretty sure.
For
No,
Phantom
so-
Wind Geo.
Yeah. So they were down Monarch and Hanya, and they had to get a ringer for one of them. But I still think that's a good win because I feel like you're still beating like
You're still beating a team
90%
that
of
has
that
good
roster.
fundamentals. Like end of the day, like DPS can beat DPS, but like if a team has good fundamentals, like no matter like the player, as long as they understand the game, you'll be fine, right? Like you need to be able to play as a team. That's the big part here.
Mhm.
The Venena
Like-
number 1. We agree?
guys, I see somebody in the Twitch chat signing unironically Koi is number 1 TBH. I
I
agree.
heard-
Okay, which person
It's
is this?
either
Can we get
between
them banned?
Veneno. It's either between Veneno
Yeah, can we get that
or
banned?
Kanyu. Like it's kind of like what you value more. Do you value more like and you had a good bit of pop offs, or do you value the fact that like Veneno seems to be like that guy for his team?
I feel like
I think maybe we could go based off of map differential. I know it's like a very tiny thing, but Phantom Wind, their
Listen,
map differential is 10 versus.
I personally think Kanyu is number 1 because out of every single DPS I played against, that guy is actually like very dominant. That guy, like, if you put that guy on Hanzo, like, I feel like the only time I could match him is if I was like mirroring.
Okay, I think we put Kanye number 1, Veneno number 2, simply because Veneno, like, he didn't really play in like a group of death per se. Like the only other really like strong team there was Geometric, based off like
Yeah,
the standings and
personally-
based off the scores. So yeah, that works. Kanye number 1, Veneno number 2, number 3. What are your thoughts here?
I plead the fifth. I will stop talking now.
I had
am
Koi.
okay with that.
Koi?
I think Koi's up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, my top 4 that I moved around all the time was Veneno, Kanye, Koi, and then Sleepy G.
I'd
And
say
I was just, like,
I would say
bouncing around.
Monarch over Koi. No.
I feel like you're trying to push something.
Yeah. No, but Monarch
Yeah.
definitely deserves to be up there though.
I think Monarch should be up there, but I think he's under CPG.
Top 5? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, yeah.
And I got a really crunchy bit of lettuce. Hold on, real quick.
All right.
Just, yeah, stop this in my mouth real quick.
I can hear a bit of the.
I can
crunch
kind of
now.
hear that one.
Yeah, I heard that one.
Yeah,
That was a
wait,
little loud.
PvP is in this tier. What? Sorry.
This is raw, by the way. This is just straight up lettuce.
Just
like
out
no
the
dressing
pack.
or anything.
Yeah. Nah, low key, that kind of
Oh,
lettuce
yeah.
is fire.
I'm gonna be honest with
Healthy
you.
man, healthy man.
After you go through those main 5, I just don't know half the people in
Yeah.
DPS.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
I think CVS Pharmacy is a funny name.
Yeah. CVS Pharmacy is good though on the DPS.
I have
Uh,
Maniacal at
Wasteland
6
no,
because
that
they have
team
some
isn't
really
around
big
anymore.
pop-offs.
They're
that's
not
not-
around.
that's-
CVS.
Oh yeah, Wasted
they're gone.
Bladed. They're out
Wasteland
the.
Bladed's gone.
No, I will say I think Foxard is like.
Fox has
pretty
been
decent.
doing well actually. Not
Foxard
gonna lie.
has been booming.
I'd say. Wait. Wait a minute. I'm trying to remember if I played Solar in a different league, but I'm pretty sure Solar is fairly good. I think just out of record, I think Solar should be 6, but
So
I feel like that
Fox are at
team's
7,
pretty-
Solar is 6, and then number 8. So we don't really have. Look at
I
the top
think.
team,
I
guys.
think.
What about Maniacal? What about Maniacal
Maniacal?
from Voice? I know.
Yeah, I was
he's in,
gonna
like,
say.
the
I was gonna
favorite
say
team, but
Maniacal.
What team?
He's like
Never
he's
mind.
like solid. Like he isn't a big pop
Or
off
Clairvoyance,
person.
I mean. Yeah.
Yeah, but Clairvoyance has only dropped 1 map so far.
Yeah.
How good is Wait, what about Spirits? Is that team?
Spirits are 2 and
s-
3. -2 map differential right now, so. I mean, they were in the group of death, granted, but still. I think we do put Solar, Foxard, and Maniacal bottom 3. I don't know where though, or like last 3. I don't know
Ooh.
which order.
If y'all
I
watch
think
the
you. I
VODs,
think you go.
Yeah, wait,
Solar,
Kanye.
Foxard.
If we watch the VODs.
Maniacal from Clairvoyance had a couple games of just pure like carrying map. I had Maniacal there.
For 6?
Yeah, my 6 is Maniacal.
Hold on,
'cause
can you-
I watched that VOD
Can
and
you- hold
Maniacal
on, what do you
had
call
some.
him? What did you call him?
Is it?
That is not his name.
Is he Maniacal? I don't. How
It's
do you say this?
Maniacal. It is
Bro,
Maniacal.
look, bro.
Jesus,
I just
oh my
worked.
God.
I worked the
Let's go,
12 today.
Maniacal.
Okay,
Oh
it's
my
it's
God.
happening out here. Okay,
Let's
What
go,
heck, bro?
Maniacal.
What heck?
rebrand your name.
Whoa.
Rebrand your name to Maniacal. I'll buy you a cheeseburger.
Call
Bro.
yourself
Yo.
Maniacal instead of Maniacal.
Kia, will you buy me a cheeseburger if I change my name to that?
I'll buy you a cheeseburger if we see y'all in champs bracket and you throw the game.
I plead the fifth there.
Okay, so Maniacal and then Foxard Solar, or Solar Foxard. I think Solar Foxard, no?
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I'm fine either way.
The
Alright.
Foxard. Alright, the big
Now let
tier.
me
It's like
talk.
without question, we
let-
have to put Ringer number 1.
Okay,
Like,
now let me cook here. Let me cook here. Okay, Ringer. I think after Ringer, you can go between. Actually, no.
It's
no.
Ringer Sky. It's
No, no,
undebatable.
no,
Ringer
no, no,
one,
no,
then
no.
Sky. No. It's
No, no,
Ringer Sky. It's not
listen,
a debate.
Listen. I was gonna say Sky, but
Hanya.
this is going to be dependent on if Hanya pulls back up. Okay.
I think-
But we're
right-
talking about what we've
triple-
seen. So
Yeah,
right now,
yeah.
it's Ringer Sky, then Hanya.
Yeah,
That's
I
what
was
it
gonna,
is.
I was gonna even put Hanya the 4th simply because they were like absent past 2 weeks and we haven't seen much out of them.
Yeah.
Okay, then here's
Yeah.
my thoughts then. Okay,
Yeah.
I'd say Ringer Sky, Hanya,
America.
and then I would think either you could say Pyojin, America, Doey. I feel like those are your
Addison
three.
is pretty solid.
PVB is just like known to be pretty mechanical. I feel like you could
I
go.
think America 3 because of Phantom Winds' record right now, and how like if Venino's up there, like he's probably also up there if their tank isn't really in the
Mhm.
top 8. No?
I mean, like outside of record though, I genuinely feel
even if
like
I mean, no, but we're
Khiyo.
going off of what we've seen so far. As
Yeah,
Khiyo-
but even if
100%.
Hanya's gone, we can't say that Hanya's not top 3.
Whenever
Top three? Okay.
Hanya,
Like we
whenever
can't say it's like
Hanya
it's
is
Ringer
there-
Sky Hanya. Like we can't, even
Yeah,
though they're
like-
gone for 2 weeks, they're
yeah,
coming
I'm
back, so
sorry,
we can't say they're
whenever
not.
Hanya was there, they were like preventing Sky from playing the game in preseason at some points, and they're
Yeah.
also just like one of the most mechanical players I've seen in Discord tier ever. I'm like, I feel like you can't put them below 3.
Yeah, makes sense.
That's fair.
And
I feel
now
like,
it opens up from here. Like it's open as hell. from
Yeah,
here.
it's kind of
I
this.
I think Addison.
I had
to go.
Addison 4 too.
I'm
Addison
fine
is
with that. I'm fine
so
with that.
good.
Yeah, I'll watch that. Addison is really good.
Do you and Clairvoyance play each other ever?
I'm
who?
not sure.
They do. They play him sometime this stage.
Yeah,
If
actually,
you both play Tracer, that is going to be insane to watch. Like that is going to be actually crazy. I'm really hyped for that in like 2 weeks or whatever.
I would like to say that I want to put Pia somewhere, but
I have If Only TTV next and then Pia.
okay.
Those are my next two.
I'm bummed. Yeah, I
Because
like that. I
If
like that.
Only versus I think it was Addison the one I watched. It was really good. Outside of the first map, I just think I took over first map. But after that, it was back and forth between them two. Say that one.
All right.
Yeah, 7,
And
8.
the last two, I was kind of like, I don't know.
Also, wait,
What did I put on my
you
individual?
have GGG on hitscan DPS?
GGG is a hit scan. They're not?
No.
I think they're.
I'm not gonna lie. If I knew GGG was like in the flex CPS slot, I would say he was over Foxered.
I mean, I've seen
Scrim
GGG. I've
them?
seen their like LFTs a lot. Like this is like Overwatch 1 LFTs, early Overwatch 2. I've seen them have like a bunch of hit scans and everything. I don't know the how.
I mean,
look at
whenever
the
we scrimmed them and he played like 99% flex DPS, and that guy is pretty annoying when it comes to like playing against them. Probably, I don't know. I would say I think it would at least be. I think it would be over Foxered. I'm not gonna lie.
Rip my
In like flex DPS slot.
If GGG were fuck CPS,
Yes.
do we want to change that? Do we all agree?
I feel
I'm
like it's
okay with
purely
that.
off scrim bucks, but
Okay.
Oh, Scrimbucks don't pay the bills. What are you talking about?
yeah, that's kind of
true.
real.
Okay, and then hit scan DPS, but I think we still have to look at.
I think
I
Doey.
went
I
off
think
record. I
Doey
went
is the
Doey.
goat.
I went
Doey is the
Doey.
goat.
That was my next one. I just started going off record after that because after that, the rest of hit scans kind of felt like they had like similar impact.
Okay.
Yeah, there are just so many Bastion players.
That's true. This meta is gonna just like it's like looking at hit scans. You can't really tell what's happening.
Like this meta
Yeah,
is like how much did your Sojourn pop off and how much did your Widow pop off? That's like
yeah. I'm sorry to say it. Top 3 are just like people that don't play Bastion.
Yeah.
Stop playing Bastion, guys. It's evil.
And then I feel like I think America still deserves a spot here.
Yeah.
The people's hit scan.
America was really
the people's hit scan. Put them up there.
Stuff you can put so many
people
people.
want more.
Put them up there.
I think he still deserves it though. Like he definitely is instrumental to Phantom when just like winning.
Yeah.
Or like going like pretty well in this stage. Okay.
I feel like this season it's really top heavy and then it goes like to even
Yeah,
out at a
it's like
certain
it's like
point.
top
I
top
agree.
3 is very like strong, and then going downward, it's very like, oh, this and this because of certain scenarios, you know.
I do think this season is surprisingly like I feel like a lot of these tanks can be really good or they can like fall off, and then I feel like DPS is normally stacked as always. I feel like they're normally very top heavy.
Yeah, especially this season because we have reigning Harmony tier champion Sky over here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Alright, flex supports. This is
Okay.
also one of the rules that like
Hear me
instantly
out.
hit scan.
Number
Swear to
one,
God.
because of the meta we went into where BAP was very heavy, and this person is non-negotiable, the best BAP in our tier. I have Pug number one.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
agree.
Pug without question.
I
Pug,
agree.
Yeah.
Pug is number one just because he can play BAP, and if he's playing BAP,
Man,
he's-
imagine if I
that's
was
it.
on the tier still. GG's.
It's like it's like lip on
Imagine.
Sombra, right? Like you can if you can play him on the character, you're gonna play the man on the character.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's
Um,
undisputed.
I think number 2, Femboy. Femboy is actually like
Femboy slash
okay,
some guy.
no. Okay, hear me out though. I think Emily is number 2 because good macro, they talk, and I think they just
Emily-
have a good understanding of the game.
Emily is
And-
one of the few flex supports that are playing Alari. Most main supports are on Alari in Discord this year stage, but they are one of the few flex supports that are actually the Alari player on the team too.
I'm pretty
They
sure
Yeah.
most like
pop off.
in general as well. Like, and when you look at Owl, like all the main supports are the ones playing, or not the main supports are the one playing Baptiste.
Yeah.
Because Ilari is just
Mhm.
like aim heavy, you know.
Yeah. And so
Mhm.
So
I had
Emily 2, Femboy
Femboy
3.
at 2. I had Femboy 2, Emily 3.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
I'm
that-
fine
either
with
way,
either, but
yeah,
I
either
want
way,
Emily to be
yeah.
up there for sure.
Yeah.
Emily.
No, if we
I
could
could
time
see
with
being
it.
top 3. Yeah.
And then
Fixie?
And now I'm here.
got that boy
I'm
Dixie
here.
for
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
Fixie.
I think we go Fixie and then Seraph. I love Seraph. No
Agreed.
bias at all.
Agreed.
Ah,
And
Fixie is
then-
taking 4 and 5. Let's fucking go.
He's
No!
just too thick.
6. This is where it kind of opens up once again. I
At
feel
Biscuit.
like Biscuit.
Yeah, Biscuit.
Okay.
Yeah, Biscuit's. I honestly could say that Biscuit might be above Fixie Seraph because that guy knows how to play the game.
And then I have Slicky Nikki at 7.
This is listed as main support.
That is not.
Yeah, it's non-fiction is the flex support. and I
This is
don't
flex
think-
supports.
Oh well, they were
Non-fiction-
backwards on the list.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, this was for record. Just want to put this out there. I made this in like week 3 or something. We were originally going to do this, so some of these were backwards, and I'm just like adjusting them to what like.
Yeah,
what it
that's
actually
fine.
Also, can we please? Havar is a main support.
Yeah, I was
so-
gonna say.
Yeah, I can change that.
Here, I can do that right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I would like to say, let me look. Let's see. What are our options here? I want to say Spaffles.
Yeah.
Baffles and
actually, yeah.
Beanberry are really good, honestly. Like they're pretty
I would
solid.
say Spaffles, and then like I think Kangita isn't bad. I think Murph is okay.
Carnage is solid. Murph is good. Non-fiction is good.
Honestly, I think we should get some dirty sport up on here. Let's get some
Non-fiction
non-fiction.
from 8.
I mean, we're fisting to get some more dirty esports
Yeah.
in about 5 minutes. You know.
Yeah. Slicky
All right, main
Nikki.
supports. Slicky Nikki number
He
1.
is 0. He is 0 because he is the best.
Slicky Nikki.
He is simply just the best. No question. How do I?
We
there you go.
love Slicky Nikki.
Okay. There you go. It's the best.
Mhm.
Actual number 1. I feel like. Good question, Loki.
Yeah.
I feel
Wait,
like
you said
the
number
top
1. You said
three-
number 1. Hold on.
Right.
It is
I'm
Khiyo.
not. I don't
Yes.
want to say anything for the top 3. Of like.
I'm just
what
saying,
order
Pheviewonder
they're
is my
in,
good. Just saying.
How about we
think-
just like look at top 3 without listing them out in order yet, so we have like
Yeah.
that general and move down to 4.
I think the top 3 are pretty set in stone. I think it
Can
is.
I be out? No, let me say it. I think it's kind of obvious, but I think it's just Khiyo, Majestic, Phoebe. But I don't know.
That's what I was gonna say. I'm
Agreed.
not gonna say what order I think it is because
I think
I
it's
am
the one I
biased.
said.
Khiyo is biased.
No,
Okay.
I'm saying I agree.
I
with
think
you,
I
but
think we
Now-
say Khiyo over Majestic Phoebe because
Now, here's my thing.
What did we say? I
Here's
forgot
my
already.
thing.
Was it Pheviewonder?
Here's my thing. Khiyo is a dirty Alari one trick.
That is
Okay.
cap. That's all we've played this meta though.
Exactly.
Wait till stage 2. Tune in.
I'm sorry. How
Now-
many hours do you have on Iari?
Too many.
I opened up the
But-
profile. Let's look at it. Let's
But
look at
my
it.
Lucio,
like,
my
but,
the
like, actually, though-
Lucio and the Brig clears.
But like actually though, I think I would probably put Khiyo. I think probably Phoebe next because I just from just personal experience, I know how much that guy does, and that guy has been popping off recently.
So Khiyo,
And then I would say
Phoebe,
Majestic.
Majestic. Okay.
Yeah,
That 3, like you can honestly kind of like move that around.
You can
want.
defer
that
any
top
of those.
three,
This is
that
this is
top
like this is
three-
like fairly
Yeah.
flexible, but I feel like
Yeah.
because if we're talking like Lucio, Phoebe's up there. If we're talking Alari, Khiyo's up there.
Yeah,
Well, the thing
if
is,
we're
like
talking,
everybody
double
like
flex
has
support
their
meta,
own playstyle,
Yeah.
like right. Like I'm like this super aggressive main support, like where I'm like even my Lucio and sometimes my Brig, like I'm always looking.
Oh,
to play, always
absolutely,
looking
your
to kill.
Brig.
And then like Phoebe's kind of like
I feel like
your,
Phoebe's, like,
you're
the
like
most
you're
Phoebe,
more
Phoebe's
like your
Phoebe's
team
the
support.
foundational type of player.
Yeah,
You
he's
play
like
off
the
of him.
and then like Majestic's like that mix of like sometimes he plays like
Phoebe-
me,
yeah,
sometimes he plays like
Majestic-
Phoebe. So like we all do our
Majestic could,
own
like-
thing at that
Majestic
high
could
level.
like end up like killing 5 or like just sitting there like helping their back line.
You can
playing
either
for
kill
Ringer,
5 or
like-
keep your Ana alive from like.
I feel like
Right.
Phoebe. I feel like
And
Phoebe's
Phoebe's
like.
always gonna keep your on alive, and then I'm always looking to
Yeah.
kill 5.
I feel like Phoebe is like the most adaptable of just like. I feel like Phoebe just knows how to like do tempo without saying tempo
Yeah.
or like calling tempo.
But then again, no disrespect to main supports, but main supports like this, like power rankings for main supports are genuinely the hardest. It's because like
It's
main
literally just-
supports like
it's awareness and like.
it's
just-
a very macro dependent. Like I mean, as a
And I
main
feel like-
support, you need to know macro, otherwise you cannot
And-
play main support properly.
And then I feel like just with this stage, it was the only stage where main support's like presence was felt because most of us were playing it large.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
even like this stage alone
Um,
is simply because like double flex support meta was the thing. So like
Right.
the main supports can like provide value.
I think munching is actually very
Yeah,
good.
I was gonna say
Well,
munching
okay.
4 or 5.
My number 4, and it's crazy because their team,
Which one?
I'm pretty sure, did not win a. I don't know if they won a. Yeah, they didn't win a single game. Key Limes on Karma. When we
Yes,
played
I
them,
actually agree
Key
with that.
Limes, he is like that team's like he
He's their
carries that team. Like
lifeline,
he
bro.
like if he's not playing well, it's bad. Like when he's playing, that team is like fairly make like he's the playmaker. He controls the tempo. He like is the person that moves that team. Like his Lucio actually like makes that team go. I had them
I
at 4,
can-
even though their team hasn't won. Like just simply off individual performance, I had them at 4.
Okay.
All right.
Also, I think
solid pick.
this is I don't think this will be like 6, but I think like 7 or 8 you could say Kaz. Like
Yeah, I had Cass at 8.
I think Kaz would definitely be your like 8 spot. I think
that's
only
about-
redacted. I feel like it's the same with their team of I feel like Kaz and like Hawkfire, I think, are like the 2 main people that like are like the lifelines for that team. Uh-oh.
What did you do?
Uh-oh. I didn't know I could add it. No.
Oh my god.
Alright.
doing?
You deleted
Kaz-
Pheviewonder
Kaz
from the
at 8,
existence of the
Kaz at
world.
8.
It's fine.
Bro, I just
Thanks,
don't
guys.
exist.
Thanks, guys. I think
Gosh, dude.
you know I don't have any bias here, but you know I think Null's nose should be on number 7.
Okay, I think Kaz is like an
I had
8.
Kaz
I'm
at
not
8.
Yeah, I
comfortable
think
with
I was
it.
gonna
I
say
had
Kaz
Kaz
a
at
bit
8.
lower.
Yeah, I had him
yeah,
at 8.
yeah, I was saying 8.
Munching
Redacted
should
has,
be
like,
under Key
one
Limes.
Yeah,
I think
munching
Munching
definitely.
Munching should be under Key
munching
Limes,
under
yeah.
Key Limes.
Love that guy.
I think Dino Nugs needs to be 6 or 7. I feel like.
Can we find
that-
someone else? Let's look at one more person.
I
and
I
we can
think
compare.
Pancake Stack, like I was talking about them before,
Actually, Smokey, bro. Smokey
really good.
on Spirits.
Smokey's good. Pancake can fit there.
I think Pancake.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was
because
gonna
it's
say
purely off
Pancake,
of team performance. Just piggybacking off of that, I guess.
Yeah.
Pancake 6, Dino 7, or Dino 6?
I think 7.
Or
Also, where are we gonna put Slicky Nicky in the actual tier list?
I don't
We're
think
talking
does he
7?
fit in?
I
Because
feel
if
like- I feel like
anything,
we
he
could-
would be 8. I feel like because the rest of these are like very solid.
Do we want to put Kaz 7 and then Slicky Nicky 8?
No, but we're
Or
putting
do we want to put
Pancake.
Halvar in 7?
Does
Or 7 or 8?
Clairvoyance have an actual like? Does Kitten actually play? main
I
support?
don't know.
Because they like from what I've seen as main watch, I could only find double flex for them. Like there was
Maybe
not
they're just a
single
double
Let
flex type of
me
team. Who
see.
knows?
Hold on, let me see. I want to look at the week 5 thing. Give me 1 second.
We're gonna see a lot of main supports this stage, especially if Lucio stays prevalent in Flashpoint.
They played Kitten played week 5 because they had their other flex support gone.
Okay.
Let's see.
I was like the hero pool though.
Yeah. It's hard.
It is hard.
I think I genuinely think I know I've been like simping for pancake stack for like the entire season, but I think you can't. I think if anything, you would put them 8, just because we're going into like a Rhine like rush meta, and while Pancake has been playing well, I don't think they played a single game of Lucio yet that's looked like solid.
Now,
Okay.
do we
Like
want to
all,
put?
I was
think
gonna
we
say
can
we
put
put Kaz 7.
Yeah, I
Then
think we just
Yeah,
move
I think
Kaz
we
up
put
to 7
Kaz
and then put
7.
like Pancake 8.
This main support
Yeah.
meta, like as far as Lucio play, is gonna just the
No,
main
for-
support.
I
This
feel
is
like- I
gonna
feel like
change based off what tank is.
I'm predicting that
Yeah.
Pheviewonder will be #1 support or main support if it is Lucio meta, because
We shall see.
okay, and do we
The-
want to do
I pull my hair out.
overall team power rankings?
I'm down with that.
I'm okay
Right
with
next
that.
to it. We'll do it real quick. Hold on. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Number
I'm gonna
1.
take a water.
I mean,
I guess if we're going off just like overall standing, it would have to be.
I think you
Put
have to
Lance
put
Punk.
Louisiana here.
Yeah.
Let me move this over here actually.
Okay, you want to show
because-
over there? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, we got that little separation anyways. I think you got to put Louisiana there. I mean, they're like, I think they're pretty undisputed to be like the best performing so far, and they were in the group of death.
Yeah. I think like playing off the group of death, then we can put Space Graded 2. But I think for 3 4, it's kind like I think Gibbons and Geometric it's fighting for 3 and 4 right now.
I would argue to put even Punk at 3.
Ooh, Punk at 3.
I know Punk's like pool was kind of iffy, and I know we said Scrimbucks don't do anything, but
I mean,
that
we'll
team was
see.
actually
Yeah,
a
I
lot more
think we put
competitive
Punk
than I
5
anticipated.
safely. My
Okay,
opinion. I
I'm
think we
good with
put Punk 5, and then so Space Graded 2, right? And then who, Geo or Gibbons? Who do we think has the upper hand?
Is Tracer meta or no?
Tracer is not meta. I don't think.
Are you gonna put Geo over Phantom Wind, even though Phantom Wind beat Geo?
I'm back.
That's
Hey.
actually a good point. Actually, now I thought it. The Punk wouldn't be 5 though. Punk would be like towards 6 or 7 at that, or
What are
even
we
8.
cooking?
Teams. So Louisiana 1, Space Graded 2, 3, 4, 5 would change Geo, Gibbons, and Phantom Wind. I think we could give Phantom Wind 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think depending on how they play this group, who's in there.
Phantom Wind had Geo.
Phantom Wind has Space Graded, Punk, and Los Rancheros now, like going into stage 2. That is, I could see that being like secondary group of death or stage 2 group of death. So
Now I have a question.
mhm.
So I think we can base it off Phantom Win, but I think they might have had an easier pull than. Actually, what's it called? You said Phantom Win beat Geo, right?
Yeah.
I'm willing to say we do Phantom Wind, and then depending on how you want to base Gibbons and Geo, will be like depending on if you want to base it off of us being or Gibbons being in a harder pool and maybe improving more, or Geometric being just having a better record against Gibbons, right?
Well,
I feel like that's kind of the debate.
If you're gonna go off that logic, then Gibbons would go Phantom Wind 3rd, and then Gibbons would be 4th because Gibbons brought Space Created to 5, and it went like the entire 5. Like it wasn't a 2-0. Y'all.
That wasn't like a
yeah.
fast 5.
Yeah, like it was the last. It went to the third map on Antarctic, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Phevi did bring up a good point, asking if it was going to be a tracer meta or not, because that
Ooh,
does
yeah.
dictate kind of where
Like,
It does.
there's a
geometric
It
lot of
sits.
kind
synergy.
of depends. Like you don't play Tracer unless you're running the. You run Doom, and sometimes you don't run Tracer with the Doom, or if you run
Low
like the
key,
monkey
nah.
Sosa
Tracer is super flexible right now. The thing, people are just playing Bastion because Bastion Overwatch League. Oh, I saw Bastion Overwatch League guys. Boston Uprising, they ran Bastion Genji. We gotta run that
like,
type thing, you
it's
know?
only,
Yeah, but I'm just
it's
saying, if
only
we're going
like
off
the
the
top
meta, like
Yeah.
Tracer is only played in the Doom and
Yeah, like it's
Also,
only
we
the
have to
top
remember-
teams that have been playing around Bastion and are able to like play against it and like
Yeah.
know how to beat it.
I
And the
think
thing is, like,
Also-
if Bastion's being
also-
played, then you're not going to be seeing a lot of Winston, and that's when Tracer is being played right now.
yeah.
Until we see something different, like some teams might run like Orisa Tracer.
You're
so
saying no?
We'll see.
What's it called? Even though it's like a tracer meta and Hanyo is really good at tracer, we also have to remember like Hanyo is just like good mechanically and pretty much can play 90% of hit scans.
Yeah.
Like, I think in comparison to Sky, it's like a difference because I feel like Sky might be more consistent, but when it comes to tracer, obviously Hanyo.
Yeah, Hanyo wins. I feel like if geometric like some like you can like this upcoming meta or like this meta. I mean, we are getting a patch change apparently this Thursday or something.
We are.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There is gonna be a patch very soon.
Yeah. So if like most of the characters stay somewhat the same, I feel like like you can still fit Tracer into a lot of like rush variations, except like Ryan or Rissa, those don't work. But like Junker Queen, Doom, like
Yeah.
any burst heavy type of team comp, you can easily slot in Tracer, and Geometric can have the upper hand. But it really reliant on what patches, who gets changed. I have a feeling Zarya, Orisa,
gonna go
Bastion are
into
getting
a main.
nerfed.
We're gonna go into a main.
Yeah, I
meta.
can see that easy.
Yeah.
No, Zara's confirmed to be getting there.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't think
Well, they
I don't
already-
think we're gonna shift into a main meta that quickly, honestly.
Well, we'll see because they're doing changes like reverting May to like give her damage back.
Really?
So we'll
Okay.
see. Yeah.
Because
Yeah, give
I
it a
feel
day.
like
Yeah.
regardless of what they do to May, it's still gonna be like a Sojourn with a like a Genji or Tracer or Sombra. I feel like
Do you know
that's
what I
just
want
very
them to bring back?
consistent.
I want them to bring back Hanzo map, bro.
No, bro.
No.
We don't want. We don't want.
Okay,
to need.
let's go 7 and 8 so we don't hold on for too long and go over time. 7. What are we looking at?
Who
Clairvoyance?
do we not?
I
Yeah.
think you have to put Clairvoyant 7.
Yeah.
Like you have to give them credit
And
that they
then-
are undefeated right now.
Yeah. I was thinking maybe Lucky Shots or Lost Rancheros 8.
Lost Rancheros.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
For sure.
I was gonna give it to Dirt.
Dirt. Okay.
I was also keeping that in mind as well.
Yeah, because
Like you could say that, Amura and like Lost Rancheros. Those are like your three.
Yeah,
Okay.
I
But we
think
need to pick
Normal-
one
I
here,
think Normal will
guys.
be good as well.
that's
I think we
do
should go
need to
Dirt.
pick one.
Dirt.
Yeah.
Alright.
I can
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is Silver Slander Power Rankings. Scuffed as. I think we'll post it, right? We probably will.
Yeah, we can post it.
Yeah.
There was a question in Twitch chat. How's the team that dropped one map at stage 1, all stage long that low, referring to like Punk? It's mainly about just like looking at their group. No one else really stands out as a strong team in that group.
Yeah.
Like when you look at the other groups, there's at least one other team that like top 2 teams, you could probably say they have a solid shot like winning the whole thing. When I see Orem B, I see like Punk can do it, and I don't see anyone else in that group really doing that.
Guys, they're starting an argument about Hanzo.
Start an
Dude,
argument
why
on
would you do
Hanzo.
this to us? Can't believe you.
Well,
Yeah.
they are releasing Hanzo.
Off Hanzo.
And we know what happens when they release Mystic skins. That character gets nerfed.
True. I mean, Genji's perma nerfed, but that's besides the point.
And you
Okay.
Gibbons.
All right. Let's get through the last 2 ports, unless we want to just go straight to Preds and end. But I think going over
No.
pool, we need to go over pool winners just like really quickly. I think that's
Yeah.
a very
Right on
important
with
one to
that.
talk about.
Okay.
Okay. So pool, which pool? A. Los Rancheros, Punk, Phantom Wind, Space Created. Who do we think is gonna come out on top?
I have space
What's
created.
up? I'm sorry, spaced out.
I have space
Space
created.
Created. No.
Space created.
Space Created. Yeah.
They're second from the pool of death.
Yeah. I feel like Space Created is probably gonna hold on to it really well.
Yeah, I can see Space Created coming out there.
Pool B. Homer Esports, Poseidon, Ragnarok, Thor, Spirits.
Ooh,
I think it's gonna be between Poseidon and Spirits.
Really? I was gonna say Umbra.
Yeah, wait.
Well,
Okay, hold on.
James,
I
repeat
wanna
it,
I
repeat
wanna make sure people understand what's going on here. So the way that stage 2 is working is pool A and pool C are 2 first seeds from the pools and 2 second seeds from the other 2 pools. Pools B and D are the third and fourth seeds. And then Elam pool is like
Elam
the
pool,
bottom is
yeah.
like what's left. So pool B is like
Pool B is third and fourth of the groups.
yeah, it's like fourth for it's fourth for the 2 indigos and third for the 2 orums. Opposite for pool D. That's how that's working. So it's not like in order of like strength of teams
Yeah.
like it was with the other ones. It's different this time. Okay.
All right, here's my thoughts. Okay,
Uh-huh.
whoever wins the Poseidon versus Spirits game is going to be the top winner or the top team. I think that Poseidon will probably win, but I also think Spirits. I think this game will probably go to like map 5.
Poseidon versus Spirits?
Yes.
Yeah. I can see that.
And I think I'll see Poseidon winning, but I think Spirits. If Spirits win this game, they're going to be top of the pool.
Spirits is a very heavy team. When they get rolling, they're really hard to beat.
Yeah, and it depends on the meta.
Very true, because they started off like very
They started
solid.
off playing Bastion Comp, bro.
Yeah, like they
Like-
3-0'd Exhilaration, but then they got brought to map 5 Karma, and so
I think other
That's
than
good.
the teams that we played, like Space Created and Louisiana Lobster, I'm pretty sure that team was the closest team in maps to us, where it was like, I think we went, 3-1-1.
yeah, y'all did get that draw in Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I do take blame for that. I went Genji.
So people are thinking Spirits for the most part? Or Poseidon?
I'm
I
gonna,
think
you know,
that's
I'm gonna go
between-
for
I say
Spirits.
Poseidon.
I'm going for Spirits. I'm going for Spirits.
I'm
So
gonna
it
go-
is kind of a fairly like mixed on who we think's gonna win. So that's kind of a
Yeah.
fun pool to watch then in that case. Right. Next pool C: Clairvoyance, Dirt Esports, Geometric, Louisiana Lobsters.
Let me think.
I feel like it's just Louisiana Lobsters. Yeah.
Yeah.
Turn Esports, let's go!
Dirt Esports. I think Louisiana Lobsters just play this really well. I forgot to say for Pool A, I feel like low key, I feel like all the teams are gonna win at least one game. I just have a
Pool
feeling.
A,
Yeah.
Pool A,
The Los
and Pool C.
Rancheros, Punk, Phantom Wind, Space Created, all of them are gonna win at least one game.
Like this stage is like where we find out like are Punk as dominant as they are, or is like was it their pool? Like is there other people that compete with them? And the same thing with like Clairvoyance. So it's like we played in our tough pool, but like those 2 teams dominated their pool, and now it's like are they actually like the top 2 teams? You know?
Yeah, this like kind of just like clarifies like seeding. I think going into
Right.
playoffs as well. It just makes us like very well aware of who's a top contender, who is just there because of their stage 1 pool.
Yeah, I feel like this is all just like stage 2, 1 for seeding, and then 2 for just like if you wanna prove yourself as a team, that's good. You need to break the fraud allegations this stage,
Yeah.
right?
Very true.
Break the fraud.
Okay. And then we did pool C, which was Louisiana Lobsters for the most part. Pool D, Alternate Inferno, Galactic Gibbons, Lucky Shots, and Redacted.
Hashtag Gibbon or all.
True.
You know, we got a couple more, but I can't really say.
Yeah, we can't say those on stream. Those are not stream friendly.
Hashtag Return to Monkey is a good one.
Yeah, Gibbons.
I give it our all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Gibbons probably. Gibbons
Yeah, I have-
easily. I think.
Yeah, I have Gibbons running.
Yeah,
out
the
of this
fight for
one.
second place is
Yeah.
gonna be the interesting one. I think.
I have
You want to
Lucky
put
Shot.
that or?
I have okay. It depends. what does Alternates Inferno new main support do to their team?
We don't. That's the whole thing. We don't know.
Yeah,
They're
if
kind of
they
like
come
they're a
because
dark horse.
yeah, they could come in and compete with Givens, or
They're
they
finna
could
thrill the
flop.
entire
They could
pool.
come in and compete for the top spot or flop. Like that's what's gonna
Yeah.
happen.
All right, and then Elam Pool. I think we picked top 2 here. BBB, Big Bang
Um,
Buccaneers, Exhilaration, Karma, Mercury, 07 Titanium, the Aces.
I think Karma is going to fully clear out this pool. I think the contender could be Exhilaration, or I want to say Big Bang just for the names.
I got the boys from the
I was gonna
Or
say the
Pool of
Aces.
Death.
I was thinking the Aces.
Yeah,
I got the
Aces
boys
and
from the Pool of Death.
what are the other two? I forgot. Aces and Karma. I feel like easily.
I feel like the other half is like a lot of the teams that kind of like fell out. But like I feel like
Khiyo
Karma.
fucking disappeared.
Uh-oh. I
Ah,
feel like
Oh,
Karma. I feel like
there he
Karma
is.
can definitely sweep this pool, and I think Aces and Exhilaration are probably the other two that can contend.
okay, yeah. Yeah, I think that's a general consensus, right? Karma's definitely gotta be up there. Like they performed really well. They just came short, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see Karma, and I'm really not sure who the other team is. Like, the other team is so hard to figure out because I can see literally any other team coming
Yeah.
out as the second.
This is once again another like fight for the second place, which is gonna be a fun pool to watch then.
The only reason I have
Yeah.
Exhilaration is just because like they were in
Pool of Death.
arguably, yeah, they were in that pool. So I just have like, what happens when you put them against teams that aren't the Pool of Death? So I just like have to look
I
at
do
that.
think them and Aces. I feel like if they, I don't know if they play each other or not, but I feel like that would be a really good game.
Everybody in
I
the
wasn't
pool eventually has
super
to play.
hyped on the Aces this past week, so I'm not really. I don't really think they're going to do it. I think it's going to be. If I had to choose a second team, I'm probably going to choose either Exhilaration or Titanium. Which sounds wacky, I know, but looking at the other teams here, like Exhilaration and Titanium are the only teams that got a win, not off a forfeit.
Mm,
So,
that is real.
like, yeah.
Alright.
Alright.
Our last part. Predictions.
Birds.
Yippee. Okay, first game, Dirt versus Clairvoyance. Okay, it is a 50-50 split. Khiyo, why do you think Clairvoyance is gonna win?
I'm going off of their record. I'm just gonna ride the wave with it.
Yeah. No, why do you think Dirt?
One second, I'm getting a message from Pomku real quick.
Oh my god.
What'd you say, Pomku? Slicky Nicky. Slicky
my
Nicky
God.
MVP almost? Alright. Dirt Esports for the dub.
Yeah. I feel like I'm gonna ride this Slicky Nicky train since week 1, low-key.
Slicky Nicky.
Alright, group or not group. Why am I saying group 2? Next game. This is one of the cast featured games, right? Yeah.
Which one?
Yeah, I think
This one,
one.
Dirt Esports versus
Clairvoyance.
Clairvoyance. Yeah.
It is the feature.
Yeah. All right. The next game, Redacted versus Lucky Shot. Sorry, Phoebe, I forgot to put your prediction.
Oh, man.
But Phoebe,
Okay.
what's your pick?
I'm going Lucky Shots here.
Reasoning.
Reasoning, I feel like they've just looked cleaner in the games that they've had. And by that, I mean, I don't really trust Redacted to do too well.
That's fair, I
Yeah.
guess. I picked Redacted. I feel like they can come back. I think they just had a rough stage 1. A lot of teams had a rough stage 1. I feel like they weren't in like the hardest group, but they just had a couple of shortcomings. They had Phantom Win, they had Geometric, and Poseidon is a fairly okay team. They're not the worst, so I think they could maybe come back here. I think that's the other featured match, I believe. Yeah. Yeah. All right.
I think so. Yeah. Yes, they were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Geometric versus Louisiana Lobsters. Lots of
Exactly.
Louisiana Lobsters around here.
Now
here's
my
Lobsters
opinion.
hunt and packs, man.
Here's
No.
my
Yeah.
here's my thoughts on this game, right? This game can be either Louisiana Lobsters 3-0 on the headlines of Tranquility Gaming, or Hanya shows up. All right, Hanya is present, and their whole team is ready. They're locked in, and I see like a close 3-2 geometric game, and they win it on control, right? Or is it push? I don't remember. But I can see geometric winning this game if they lock in, right? But if I feel like if Hanya isn't there and they don't do that, I feel like they're either going to lose completely or they will go close, and maybe probably like a 3-1 win for Lobsters.
Okay. That's the only geometric here. I think Kanye's gonna show up. I think they're just gonna show up. That's all they need. Hopefully they didn't like lose their skill over time over the weeks they've been away. But I think they're just gonna show up and just pop off. Like Louisiana can definitely give them like a nice close game, but I think Geometric's just gonna win it all.
What are your thoughts, Kia?
Yeah, what are your thoughts, Khiyo? The Lobsters player here.
On you, Diff.
Honestly, I want to see it. I love
Understand,
Kanye.
yeah.
That guy's the goat.
I believe it. Whenever there's a big DPS matchup, he loves it. He steps up every time. So I got a Kanye Diff coming in.
We got the Phoebe Khiyo, we got the Koi versus Kanye. So
Yeah.
ready.
All right, and the last, or not the last, this is the second last. Sorry, Phantom Vin versus Space Created. Lots of Space Created here. Phoebe, what was your reasoning behind Phantom Win?
I don't really have too much of a reasoning, not gonna lie. I'm a big fan of Veneno, Davion, America, so like I don't think anyone on Phantom Win is playing bad so far. It's just so hard to tell because it's across two different groups that are different power levels of like how good they are, you know? Yeah. I just think it's gonna be a really close 3-2 for Phantom Wind. My prediction is that Phantom Wind beats Space Created, but Space Created take the top seed in the group.
Okay. Khiyo, why you pick Space Created?
Ringer go, bro.
Yeah,
Very
that
fair.
is
very
a fair response.
If that man
Yeah,
plays
I just
anywhere
see-
near he did against Gibbons, I just have them winning. If he's still hot like that, it's just gonna be hard.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I think just Space Created have one of the most consistent rosters in Discord 2 right now.
Yeah, their backline is pretty solid. They got a solid DPS setup, and Inu's on the tank is. He's a definitely a solid player. He's not outstanding. He's not a throw your pants off type of player, but he's
The guy
definitely a
just does his
consistent
job,
one.
bro.
Yeah, he does the tank job very well. Okay,
Yeah.
last game that we want to look at is 07 Titanium versus Karma. We all chose Karma because we all believe Karma. I think we all believe Karma should have definitely not been an Elim pool, but they just kind of got lost, or
Yeah,
Well-
they got lost in the
Well,
sauce.
yeah.
I think I
Uh,
still think they would have been the Elam pool from our thing, but like
Okay.
when they played us, there was like a handful of maps if like one play would have went different. Like for instance, like on Circuit, if like one play would have went different, they made that map really close against us. And Control, like we 2-0'd on Control, but like each control point was a little closer. I think the only map we kind of ran away with was Height, but that was close. And then they should have beat Exhilaration, but then they kind of just like I think they got like boomed after a map, and then they end up getting like reverse swept. And so like I just think that
Yeah.
they're a lot better than their record indicates.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a really good way to toughness is despite being 0-5, they only have a -10 differential. And that's the same differential as Exhilaration. If teams like Mercury didn't have a bye, they would have been like, 0-5 and like a -11. And that's like despite being in like the hardest group. So I can easily see them taking games off of so many others, and they just look so good.
Yeah. They did get trapped in the pool of death, so they kind of, I think that's the reason they went 0-5. But like still, the -10, it shows that they are present, that they are not here to lose at all. You know, if they put in a
Yeah.
different group, I feel like they could have had a slightly better outcome. But yeah. And just to end, we went we took quite a bit of time. We will shorten it next time, hopefully. But just to end the podcast, since Pomku's not here to give Winston Wow of the week, we have his substitute, his student. Yeah, he's going to be telling the player of the week.
We got the of the week team. And the for today is the GOAT, a ringer from Space Created. That guy kind of just pops off. He gets the space, and he can sit there and anchor a team for like a year. That guy is the GOAT. So shout out to my boy, a ringer.
Definitely deserved it. Yeah, he did. He did perform really well.
Very, very.
Yeah. Next week it will be less scuff than the week before. That's just how it's gonna go, guys. It's just gonna slowly get less and less scuffed until it ends. But yeah, thanks for coming. Next week we have talked about our the matches to watch. Dirt Esports versus Clairvoyance. It will be on stream A, I believe, right?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
and then Redacted and Lucky Shots, yeah, will be on stream B. And then Geo versus Louisiana. I feel like someone on one of those teams will stream. Phantom Wind versus Space Created. I believe Space Created's coach Smugs will be streaming. If I'm not mistaken, he has been streaming their games. And then Karma versus, what was the team? I forgot the team. Karma versus S11 Titanium. I don't know if anyone's streaming that.
Karma's tank normally stream.
Okay, so there's that stream as well. So yeah, check those games out. Those are definitely games to watch for, and we will definitely be discussing those next week. So yeah, thank you for watching. Keylime said he might be streaming it. Okay, so that's I believe the Karma game, right? Yeah. Thanks for watching this scuffed week again. I will try to get better at this, I promise. Yeah, thanks for coming.
All good, homie. You did really well. You did really well.
You
Thank
did a
you,
good job,
thank you,
Twistz.
thank
Give a
you.
round
I'm
of
really
applause
proud
for
of you.
Twistz.
Proud of
Best host I've
Woo!
Okay, maybe not. Maybe not that far. That best host goes to Wooly. Wooly OW. Love that guy. Yeah, that's it for this week. See you guys next week. There is Ascendant tier tomorrow and then Discord tier streams on Thursday, so watch out for those. And then Gold Gossip or Bronze Banter on Thursday after the Discord tier games are done, and then Gold Gossip will be on Sunday. So yeah, those are the things you should be looking forward to for the upcoming part of the week. Yeah, see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.
Good luck in everybody's games. Bye bye.